Hello, I'm meteorologist Bill Steffen. Thanks so much for checking in with us today. It's the first weekend of May. What a great pattern that we've had around here. Hasn't been too hot or too cold. We haven't had any real killing frosts across most of the area here. So far, so good. Well, let's get into the weather here. 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon, quite a temperature spread across the area. Coldwater, which is down off I-69 down toward the Indiana border. They were 64, mid-60s. Grand Rapids, 57. Muskegon on the beach was only 46, pretty chilly there with the wind off the water. And up at Copper Harbor in the UP, the temperature there was just 36. That's 4 degrees above freezing. And a couple spots up in the UP reported a mix of rain and snow. How's that for the month of May? Our sunrise and sunset times are there for you. We continue to gain a little over 2 minutes of daylight each day now. And you notice the sun rising a little bit more toward the northeast and setting a little bit more toward the northwest now in the evening. And a reminder again, the solar noon is not at 12 o'clock like you might think. Solar noon is at 1:39. And in fact, that kind of works its way more toward 1:45. So if you want to stay out of the strongest ways to raise the sun, you probably want to avoid that time between about noon and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that is a picture of the moon from NASA. That's what it looks like today. And it's waxing, which means each and every night you can see a little bit more of the moon illuminated there. We should see that crescent moon off in the west here this evening, poking between the clouds from time to time. Okay, snow depth across the UP. There's still some snow up there. If you look real close up in the Keweenaw Peninsula, a little bit there to the southeast of Munising, and I've got snow depths reported May 1st of 4 inches at Painesdale. And Painesdale's had at least 4 inches of snow on the ground since November the 25th. That's over 5 months. And 11 miles south of Munising, they reported about 3 inches of snow on the ground. If you like snow during the summer, you might want to head to Rocky Mountain National Park. This picture is at the Visitor Center, which is the highest visitor center of any national park in the United States. It's up over 11,700 feet. The Trail Ridge Road there goes up over 12,000 feet. And you find a lot of snow there. You can look off toward the west in July and see what's called the Never Summer Mountains. And it looks like it's never summer up there. But that's pretty high up. If you like snow, that's the place to be. No severe weather for us, but as you can see, there's more severe weather expected today out on the East Coast. Pennsylvania's been really hit hard this week. They yesterday evening, Friday evening, we were still reporting about 100,000 customers without power. And that was the most of any state in the United States by far. This is the severe weather outlook area for Saturday, a slight risk as you can see there, and that's from Pennsylvania on down towards South Carolina. There's a larger marginal outlook for just very isolated strong winds. That's all south of us. We shouldn't get any thunderstorms here over the weekend. And by the way, look out at Nevada. Nevada is the driest state in the United States. And they have a marginal risk for some severe thunderstorms today. They get thunderstorms without a whole lot of rain, but they do get some gusty winds in some of those storms that go across the rural areas out there. And now we'll go ahead to Sunday, and you can see that area in Nevada shifts to New Mexico, where there could be a marginal risk. There's also a marginal risk out on the East Coast. Nothing for the state of Michigan. We won't hear any thunder here this week, the way it looks right now. So let's take a look then at our sponsors. We have two great sponsors, and here's a message from them.
Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in, move out. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Our work is guaranteed, gift cards are available, and we even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Office manager, keep your business looking and feeling its very best. Call 616-264-1397 today for a spotless space and total peace of mind.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Here's a look at headlines. Mostly dry weather expected here today across the state of Michigan, and all the rain pretty much off to our south. Chance of rain not zero, but it's only about 15%, so we'll ignore that. Showers are possible Sunday, and the best bet for that would be south of Grand Rapids. I do think some showers get up as far as Grand Rapids, but if you're down along the Indiana border, a pretty good chance you're going to see a rainy day down there, and there will be a chance for some scattered showers on Monday. Not an all-day rain. I don't think we get any big thunderstorms or anything like that. Temperatures over the weekend here just a touch cooler than average, but we can take that. That's all right. All right, 66-hour precipitation. That's rain and melted snow combined. And look at most of the country is seeing some rain here over the next 3 days, with the exception of the plain states and the upper Midwest. Here in Michigan, you can see the different colors there. The first color is a 1/10 of an inch to, or a 100th of an inch to a 1/10 of an inch, and then a 1/10 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch, and that's much of the area here. And then if you're down along the Indiana border there, you could see as much as 1/2 an inch of rain, much of that coming here on Sunday and lingering into Monday. But look at all the rain from Pennsylvania again. That orange color is 2 inches, so there could be some local flooding from New York on down through the Ohio River Valley again. Another thunderstorm possibility for Birmingham and Alabama down there, as you can see, with some heavy rain down toward the Gulf. And quite a bit of scattered shower activity throughout the western United States as well, including parts of California. Could there be a sprinkle or two of rain in San Diego? That's certainly a possibility. In terms of snowfall, there's still snow falling in the western United States. We've got some snow from the Glacier Mountain area of Montana down in through Wyoming. Wind River area. There's some snow in the Sierras, though not much, and state picking up the most snow. There's a little dot of red in there, which would indicate maybe a foot of snow for some of the higher mountains in southwestern Colorado, but nothing like that for us. So let's take a look at the forecast here for today. I think we can struggle up into the low 60s. We'll call it variably cloudy. There will be a little sun poking through from time to time. Most areas stay dry. 60% humidity during the afternoon. Winds will be northeast at 5 to 10, probably closer to the 10 during the afternoon. And high temperatures look like this for the next 3 days or 2 days. We've got temperatures close to 60 here this afternoon. 52 for Ludington at the airport. And again, if you're by the lakeshore there in Oceana and Mason counties, you probably see temperatures stuck in the upper 40s here for much of the day, so keep a jacket handy there. It does warm up a little bit up in the UP, where there's some readings up in the 50s there. And next picture shows you Sunday. And this is kind of interesting. It's actually warmer north and cooler south, because there'll be clouds and rain down toward the Indiana border. You got Three Rivers down there with a temperature of only 57. I think Gary, Indiana, a high temperature of 49. Grand Rapids, mid-upper 50s here, but you go up to Ludington and it's 61. So Ludington is going to be much warmer on Sunday than it will be on Saturday, because your wind is going to be more northeast coming off the land areas there. And there'll even be some temperatures approaching 60 up in upper Michigan. So that's kind of interesting. All right, the long-range outlook here on the next 5 days, partly cloudy skies today, partly to occasionally mostly cloudy, but not a bad day. There'll be some showers Sunday, especially south and southeast of Grand Rapids. We're only in the 50s. Some showers in 62 here on Monday. Tuesday, there's a chance of a shower, not a sure thing. Most of the day it'll probably be dry, but probably 1 or 2 showers passing by. Precipitation amounts would be light. Best day out of the 5 is Wednesday, when it should be partly cloudy with temperatures approaching 70 during the afternoon, though it will be a bit cooler into the lake. And we're singing the same tune on the 8 to 14 day outlook. This covers the second week of May, and it says temperatures will be a little bit above average. Average temperatures are probably upper 60s to even low 70s, with the greatest deviation from average probably across the northern plains, where readings will probably be up around 80. Cooler than average conditions across the south, which could also mean temperatures close to 80, though, because it's down south. But they will have more clouds and showers and thunder showers to contend with. And in terms of rainfall, you can see the heavier rain down in the southeastern U.S. Dry conditions where we need it to be dry. That the area that's dry on the map here from Texas up to Michigan has had a pretty fair amount of rain, especially south of Chicago, and more above average rainfall out in the Rockies, where they've been getting some periods of rain and snow. So that's a look at our weather here. It doesn't look too bad for this weekend. And if you want to find something to do this weekend, Michelle's lined up some possibilities here for you. Today is the Tulip Time Run in the morning. We were talking about this before. The art is that Bloom? Is that how that's pronounced? Fine Arts Exhibit. That could be somebody's name, but I thought Bloom was kind of related to tulips that kind of fit together there. There'll be Dutch dancing, a quilt show. People make the most beautiful quilts, and I hope they are all appreciated for the amount of time that they put in some of these quilts here. Carnival goes on all weekend. That's fun. Pickleball tournament going on. Boy, pickleball is everywhere now, isn't it? And a complete list of events, check out tuliptime.com. Another activity going on this weekend, this is up in Grand Rapids at LMCU Ballpark, Taco and Festival. It's Taco and Tequila Festival. Okay. The tequila kind of blended in there to the green, looking at it from as far away as I'm looking here. But 25 local food vendors, 150 types of tequila and other drinks. A Jimmy Buffett Tribune Band. He passed away, about a year ago at the age of 76, and other performances. But if you want to relive Margaritaville, head to LMCU Ballpark today. Should be good. The Whitecaps are in town starting Sunday, so check them out. They should have some good weather for the games up there in Comstock Park. Something else going on this weekend. The Fulton Street Market opens up. Wow, summer season starts May the 3rd. It runs from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., so you can get there early. It's Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays until October. The usual market things to do, farm-to-table produce, other fresh foods. They have some events there as well. So check them out. They really good place to get some really fresh and nice food. The Fulton Street Market opening up here later today, May the 3rd. And also here we have the Albatross Aviary fundraiser. This is provide the care and rehabilitation for parrots and other exotic birds. So we're kind of transitioning here, Margaritaville to talking about the albatross. The first thing when I saw albatross, I thought of if you're 3 under par for a hole in golf, it's called an albatross. There's a birdie if you're 1 under par, then an eagle if you're 2 under par, and 3 under par is an albatross, which is basically some of the pros that can hit a green on a par 5 and 2. That could get one of those, and they're awful rare, though. You can find them on YouTube if you look for it. But if you want to help out some parrots and other exotic birds, head to Bridge Street Northwest. This is from 12 to 5 during the afternoon. It is free, but donations are encouraged. Help them out if you can. The Albatross Aviary provides care and rehabilitation for exotic birds, so help them out if you're inclined to do that. And what else do we have here going on today? Harlem Nights. This is at the Grand Rapids Art Museum. We used to be down there during Art Prize, but the Art Museum, a great place to spend the day, especially a kind of a dreary day. You can kind of brighten your attitude by heading out to the Gram. This is a fundraising event, I'm sure, gala that they have going on there. And this is from 6:30 to 11. The Gram is downtown. There's plenty of parking nearby. And you can learn about the Gram's Learning and Creativity Program. So you might want to check that out. Anything else going on today? An expungement clinic. That's May 3rd at the Kroc Center, which is a couple 3 miles down Division Street from downtown. It is free. There'll be a similar clinic in Kalamazoo on May the 10th. And by the way, I don't know if we're mentioning it or not, but the Kalamazoo Marathon is this weekend in Kalamazoo, and they're expecting thousands of people to partake of that. All right, what else do we have here? The Best of Grand Rapids. Oh, this is interesting. I just found out about this yesterday. Grand Rapids Magazine has a time where they record the best of Grand Rapids, and people can vote on the best restaurants and whatnot. Well, anyhow, they have a best meteorologist, and I happen to be on the top of that list there. And that's a pretty good list of great meteorologists here in town. They are having a banquet to celebrate that. I believe it's May 9th, which is my birthday, believe it or not, and my middle daughter's birthday, same day, May the 9th, at the GUI Center on the southwest side of downtown here. So you might want to check that out. But thanks for Michelle for putting that in. And highlighting that. Not bad for being retired. Well, I'm not quite retired. We're still doing the weather here a little bit. I've got a couple of speaking engagements coming up too, where I'm talking weather. So I'm haven't dropped meteorology altogether. It's something I will never drop until I drop, I guess. Okay, quiz time. On May 3rd, 1973, the highest beams were placed on this building. It held the title of the world's tallest building for 25 years. If you know, you're in the loop. Okay, that gives me a hint, which is where you can find it in Chicago. That would be the Sears Tower, now called the Willis Tower, but I will always remember it as the Sears Tower. Sears, of course, was the largest retailer in the world in 1969. I believe Sears is still around, but on a much smaller scale. Today, United Airlines is one of the largest tenants of the Willis Tower. And my daughter, number one, used to work in the Willis Tower. And it's interesting because they had a severe thunderstorm come through, and she was on, I believe, the 26th floor, and her window broke. She was an accountant, and the window broke and the glass came in, and she actually got interviewed on the news for that. But interesting. 5 people passed away building the Sears Tower, 4 in an elevator fire and 1 in a fall. So it's a dangerous job to do. But this is kind of interesting. The Sears Willis Tower, the final beams put on May the 3rd. So this is interesting. And there's a picture. I'm assuming that Michelle took that picture. She does a lot of traveling and is down there. Daughter number one has some nice pictures of the Sears or Willis Tower as well. All right, let's move on here. Here's another quiz question for you. May 3rd is Constitution Day for this country. It has many neighbors, including the Czech Republic, Germany, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Slovakia, and Lithuania. Oh, hint, the national airline is LOT Airlines. That doesn't help me very much, but when I think of LOT, I think of the call letters of the weather station at Romeoville, Illinois. But I have a double major in atmospheric science and physical geography. So I did take a look at this, and I'm guessing that would be Poland that has the borders with all those countries, and I am right. And Michelle and her husband brought back some nice Polish pottery from Poland. My wife likes Polish pottery, and we have a full set of dishes up there, which we use on a daily basis. I want to mention something really neat about Poland that I read in National Review this past week. Poland's GDP, gross domestic product, is going to exceed that of Japan in the year 2026 if current trends continue. That would be next year. And that is really amazing because Japan's GDP was, I think, 3 times what Poland's was 30 or 35 years ago when it was still under the thumb of the Soviet Union. But Poland has made some really good decisions in terms of their economy, and they have really jumped ahead. And so we salute Poland. They're doing a great job. And like I said, to give you an idea, they're just bounding upward right now. The GDP is growing at the rate of about 3 to 4% each year now, which really is a good rate of return. That picture on the upper right kind of looks like a compass. Remember, we used to use those in math class, and that looks like it might be a church or municipal building over on the right with a bit of a rainbow coming right down to the top. I don't know if you can see that. I can see it there very faintly. Doesn't stand out a lot, but there's a bit of a rainbow coming down to the building there. And the building on the left, I am told, was a gift to Poland from, was it Stalin? From Russia. It was a gift from Russia to Poland. And the gentleman that I talked to said that when he went in there, they were showing the movie Top Gun, which is kind of ironic since the building was donated to Poland by Russia. So interesting. But a little salute to Poland right there. What's next? Okay, what year did the Mackinac Bridge open to traffic? Let's see, it was in the photo by daughter number 2, so thanks, Marie, for that. The ferry going out there to the island. Some nice fluffy cumulus clouds in the sky. I know that's the late 50s, so it would be 57, 58, or 59. Let's take a look at the right answer, and that would be 1957 it opened up. I think it was in the fall, and really an amazing engineering feat to put that bridge together over about a 5-mile stretch. And I've been over that bridge a dozen times maybe. Oh, it's really neat. What else we got here? See what else we got on the list. What is the 3-letter code for the Mackinac Island Airport? Let's see, MCD, I believe. I should know that because I'm a meteorologist. Yeah, MCD. We get weather observations now from the airport, and the airport takes up a good chunk of the island because you have to be able to land a decent plane there. So it's a nice airport. I walked around it last year. I spent a lot of time walking the island. A lot of trails. We walked up to the golf course up on the north end of the island right there, and everybody we talked to that we met was just happy and friendly, and very pleasant walks there that we saw on Mackinac Island. But MCD, the answer to that question. And how many visitors does Mackinac Island get each year? A lot. Okay, I think we're talking millions. I would say 2 or 3 million, maybe. Oh, 1.2 million. Not as many as I thought, but amazing place. We were there. I was there with daughter number 2. We spent a good deal of time, like I said, hiking around the island. I did the 8.2-mile walk around the island, and that evening we walked from downtown to the north end of the island to watch the Northern Lights. So in a 24-hour period, I walked about 12, 13 miles. How about that for an old man? Pretty good, huh? But I really enjoyed it. By the way, that last week in October, the last week some of those hotels are open, the price is was like less than half of what it would normally be during midsummer. So if you want to go to Mackinac Island and save a couple of dollars, check out the rates in October, and you can find a better deal. It was great weather, hiking around, saw some sunshine. It was, of course, I can tell when there's a good weather pattern coming. So, hey, it's going to be great next week. Let's go to Mackinac Island. So it's interesting. All right. How many year-round residents on Mackinac Island? Not many. They get 1.2 million visitors. I'll guess 700-800 live there during the course of the winter. No, it's 500 to 600. Okay, and it's fairly inaccessible in the wintertime. They do it when the ice firms up. If the ice firms up, they put Christmas trees out there to delineate a path where the snow machines and snowmobiles can go back and forth out to the island. But and then you can if the air runway is clear there, you can get a plane in or a helicopter to come over if there's a medical emergency or something like that. But interesting place to be. And we finish up with a picture here from Justice Doherty up in, it says Grand Rapids here, so it's not Benzie County, as I was going to say. It's here in Grand Rapids. What a beautiful, I don't know if that's a rhododendron, a philodendron, or just some pretty purple flowers there, but that is beautiful. We like to get your pictures. If you got a cool weather, nature, travel, or other notable photo that we can use on the show, you can send that to us in an email at bill@billsteffen.com. So very interesting there. That's really a pretty shot. Hey, I hope you have yourself a great weekend. Again, not a bad weekend weather-wise, but there will be some rain on Sunday, especially from Grand Rapids off to the south. We're heading towards summer. The days are getting longer. Lots of activities to do this weekend. So hope you get out and enjoy. And thanks for checking out my video.